Okay, we live right now. Live from the village right now. It is 17 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. My auto update has completed right now. That's pretty cool right now. But how's everybody doing? Um, okay, that. Appreciate the notification that my auto update has completed. Cool, cool, cool. But yeah, what up, people? It is time for our weekly live. Once again on a Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. GMT. Well, 17 minutes past 8 p.m. today because I was recording a podcast earlier today. So, some of you know this, some of you might not know this, but I do run a podcast. It's called Uncivilized Art. There should be links to it in the description actually if you don't already have it, but it's called Uncivilized Art. It is a um, geek and internet culture podcast that I record. It's myself and my man Sweet Bundy and Magyal Celeste Orchid. I say it like that. It probably sounds a bit different, but they're friends of mine. Is what it comes down to. Is really what I'm saying. Um, and this one was with Sweet Bundy. We talked about the boys. So we're talking about the boys season 4, and it went on a bit long. It's like, we got to do a part 2 because it's just this is going. There's still lots to talk about. So we did a part 2, recorded that today, and that should be up on the podcast channel hopefully next week. Ish. Should be next week ish. Uh, but yeah, that's what I was doing today, recording that episode. So we had a good old chat about the boys season 2. Talked about Butcher and Joe Kessler, and I won't get too much in here, but yeah, we talked a lot of stuff, and it was a good chat. So look out for that on the podcast channel, Uncivilized Art. But as for today, let's see. I did some gardening today, so I try to keep regular with the gardening now because there's a few plans I have, um, specifically around growing fruits and vegetables, and my garden's not quite ready for it. It's ready now because I've been doing some work in the garden lately. But yeah, so it's ready now. But I feel like I've missed my window for strawberries because I was looking up when to plant strawberries, and a lot of the resource I'm finding is saying to plant them at different there's certain times of the year, and apparently the latest is sort of like second week in September, which is pretty much now, really. But I don't have any strawberry seeds right now, and think by the time I get them, it'd be late. So the next window I have apparently is between January and April, I think it was saying. So it's not too long a wait, not too long a wait, but yeah, if I can't do it now, I'm gonna have to wait till say January-ish to plant them. But it's fine because like I say, the garden's a lot more ready now. And there's still some stuff that in fact I would say it is pretty much ready to start planting things, but it's more there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be thrown out just to make it neater. And so a few things I wanna get as well, just to kind of make the whole process a bit more efficient as well. So I want to get what's called a tumbler composter because there's different types of composters you can get, right? And the most common one is a compost bin, which goes on the floor, has some holes in it. You put your compost or your waste products rather in the bin, and because it has holes in it, the worms go in through the holes. They eat your waste, and it turns it into compost that you then use as soil, right? The problem with those types of bins is that they're on the ground, and especially if you're putting like waste, like food waste in there, you may end up attracting unwanted animals like rodents, specifically rats, mice, things like that. You may, and especially if you're growing food in your garden, you're likely to be attracting those kinds of animals anyway. So you definitely don't want anything that's going to make that issue worse. So what up, Frozen G? Frozen G in a place to be. How is ye? I was just talking about composting. Do you know anything about composting, Mr. Frozen Gamer? Because I do want to get a compost bin, compost bin, specifically a compost tumbler bin. Um, which let me kind of show you a picture of a tumbler of an example. Let's see if there's an example of what I can show you. Do you like pancakes? I like pancakes. I like pancakes. I like all kinds of pancakes. Just ordered some. I bought a milk frother. Okay, and a chocolate maker. Okay, I got a milk frother. You know, milk frothers are very versatile. Like they're not just you can use them for other things and not just frothing milk. But they're very, very versatile. You can use them for beating eggs. You can use them for just even just like mixing things together. Like if you make matcha tea, it could be good for that. It could also just be good for like mixing things like instant coffee with sugar and a bit of water. If you want to make like what's it called, a dalgato, I think they call it dalgano. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, the milk frothers are very, very versatile. You can use it for a lot of different things, a lot of different things. So yeah, I have a milk froth, and I find it very, very useful for not just frothing milk. Um, but yeah, this is the type of compost bin I want to get. So it's off the grounds. That way, you're less likely to attract rodents. And you put put your waste in here, like your leaves or whatever you want to put in there. Worms can still get in there. You don't have to add worms yourself. Worms can still get in, but of course, if you have worms, worms are valuable. By the way, I don't know if you know, but worms are valuable. Like I was finding some worms in the garden today, and I just put them in the compost bin that I had. Well, it's not really a compost bin; it's really just a giant um, flower pot, really. But that's what I've been using as a composter. Well, it's been used as a composter, I should say. But yeah, I want to get something like this where it's a bit more proper for it. You can just put the worms in there yourself if you have to, or you can spin it around. But yeah, you're less likely to attract rodents if there's something like this rather than something that's on the ground. Bought it from a pro cook. I paid £60 for it. You should check it out. What does it do? Oh, you mean a composter? Like, well, composter makes compost. But you pay £60 for a milk frother, bro. You do not need to pay £60 for a milk frother. I think I paid 10 for mine, maybe something like that. 10 something quid. But yeah, something like this. But oh wait, you can't even see it right now. We're talking about something like this, right? Like it just hold and it frosts milk. Like, bro, you could have got one for like less than a tenner. Like I think I got mine from Amazon for like, yeah, less than a tenner. I used to spend £60 on a milk frother. Yeah, it's electric. This is electric. It's a rechargeable battery and everything. You plug it in, you charge the battery, take it out when the battery's charged. Yeah, you plug it in to charge a battery, then you take it out. It's a USB charger, so you plug it in to charge it to because the battery's built in. So you plug it in to charge the battery. Once the battery's charged, the battery lasts ages as well because I haven't charged it for a while. You don't need. Well, you need batteries if it's electric. Oh wait, yours is just a wall plug. You mean yours is a wall plug, or it's not battery operated? Because mine is battery operated. It just has a rechargeable battery. So wait, you paid £60 for a wall plug bro? You got ripped off. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You got ripped off. There's no good reason to paying £60 for a milk frother just anyway, and you got to plug it into the wall. It's not even portable, bruh. Oh, I mean, wait, we're talking about something like this, by the way, or you talking about something else? Because when I say milk frother, I'm talking about something like this. I'm talking about something. You might be talking about a completely different device. I'm talking about something like this, that this kind of shape. You might be talking about something else if you're paying £60 for it. Okay. I know you can get like espresso machines, and they have a milk frother built into it. Maybe that's what you mean. Yeah, what up, Brax? Is yours maybe like is yours maybe like something like this? Go on Pro Cook or type it on Google Images. All right, let's look for Pro Cook. Okay, I think I might have found what you're talking about. Is this it? Gonna order the Bionic Blade Blend Jet and Crunch Cup for that cereal on the go. Bionic Blade Blend Jet. Okay, let me look up Bionic Blade because okay, so you got yeah, this is something different to what I have. Then yours is maybe more of like a I guess a professional type milk frother. Creates frothy milk in a matter of minutes. Removable stainless. Okay, 2 years. Generous 400 milliliter capacity for single or numerous drinks. Okay. So what do you use this for then? Is this for coffee or do you use it for something else? You're saying you could do other things with it. Bionic blade. That's basically a blender, is what we're talking about then. Oh, if you'd want to be using this for cereal, well, I guess you can, but I don't know. Like I mean, you can put like cereal in a small cup and just carry that around. Like that's what you're talking about, Brax, right? Excuse me. Oof. Yeah, you can order them in different colors too, and the blend gel and the Bionic blade. Carry on. Okay, and then the crunch cup is. Oh, gotcha. All right, let's see if we can find crunch cup then. Okay, so yeah, it's basically like a cup that you put your cereal in, but I guess it's like reusable. You can wash it. Okay. It's like £20 though. £20, £30. I mean, I guess if you eat a cereal on the go, it's kind of useful. But wait, here's their website, Crunch Cup. Let's see. Do you like pour it in your mouth like a cup? 'Cause that's how I'd eat it. That's how I'll be like this. That's how I'd eat it. I'd just be like pour it in my mouth. I'd be like, oh, it keeps the milk separate from the cereal, so I guess it doesn't get soggy. And that way, when you pour it in your mouth, you get the milk and the cereal being poured into your mouth. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know if I'd want to pay £20 for this though. What was it? Or £16. 16. I don't know if I eat enough cereal to warrant paying money. Like if this was like maybe £5 or £6, I can go for like £5 or £6. 16 is a stretch. I don't think I eat enough cereal for this to be useful to me to pay £16 for it. But I guess if you eat a lot of cereal, then this might be useful. The thing is, I don't like the idea of eating on the go, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do eat on the go, like if I have to. Like, it's not like I'm too bougie or whatever. No, I'll eat on the go. I've done it plenty of times. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam being a place to be. I'm just saying, I don't think I like the idea of buying something specifically designed to eat on the go. Like, I drink coffee on the go sometimes, but that's coffee, and I feel like coffee is kind of designed for that in some respects where you could either have it on a cup and enjoy it that way, or you can have it while you're walking somewhere, enjoy it that way, have it while you're driving, enjoy it that way. So I'm fine with having like coffee or drinks, water, things like that while I'm moving. But when it comes to eating, yo, what up, Iseline? Iseline and the place to be. How is ye? I think when it comes to eating, I feel like I'd much rather be stationary, like eat while I'm sitting or stationary at least. Um, like I said, I've eaten on the go plenty of times, and I may eat on the go in plenty of times to come. But I don't know if I like the idea of buying something that is specifically designed for eating on the go. I'd want to be like, you know what, as much as I can, let me just eat and enjoy my food and not be moving while eating. You know, I'd rather that. But hey, I don't eat that much cereal, so this ain't gonna be no use for me anyway. Is a lean and a place to be? How is ye? That cup looks unpractical. I even bought a blender from ProCook. Yeah, man. Crunch Cup is in separate colors too. That's the one. Good evening. So apparently it's called not even apparently, this is called a Crunch Cup. This is what Braxton wants to get. And it's a cup that you put your cereal in. The picture's gone. So you put your cereal in and you put your milk in, and then as you're walking around, you can pour it into your mouth. And because it keeps the milk and the cereal separate, your cereal stays crunchy. And then as you're pouring it into your mouth, the milk and the cereal come out into your mouth at the same time. So you can like crunch it up in your mouth in your cereal. That's the purpose of this. Like it's a kind of an interesting idea, but yeah, I don't think this is for me. Have at it, Braxton, if that's what you want, of course, but I don't think this is for me. I don't think I'd want this. Unless it was like £5. I feel like I'd pay £5 for this. £5 or less. I don't want to pay £16 for this. £16 is a stretch. £5 and I'd consider it. But even then, I'd probably just use it once and then never again because I don't like to eat on the go. Like I say, I do eat on the go when I have to, but I don't eat on the go as like a choice. You know what I mean? Like as it's not my first choice to eat while moving. Like I'd do it if I feel I have to, but not because like I want to. I'd rather be in the same place and enjoy my food and let it settle in my stomach and digest and all that kind of stuff. The parts of the joy is mixing the milk. All right, here's a question for the group. When you eat cereal, if you eat cereal, do you pour the milk first or the cereal first? There's only one correct answer, by the way. So, I'm not going to tell you what the correct answer is, but there is one correct answer. Cereal first or milk first? There's my hello. I'm sorry, Zelene. I'm sorry, Zelene. In fact, you know what? Let me properly do this since I missed it the first time. I should do this properly now. Um, I should do this properly. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Hi, good Welt. Hopefully, I said that right. Hi, good Welt. Hopefully, I said that close. Everything is fine. Awesome. Appreciate you coming through, Isaline. Oh yeah, I saw the videos you put up, by the way. I saw some of the videos you put up. That's really cool that you're posting stuff now. That's really cool. But if you haven't already, check out Isline's channel. Isline's got some videos on the channel right now for your viewing pleasure. So make sure you check them out. Give them a like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I have Berry Beauty from Real Superfoods. Berry Beauty. Is that like a smoothie or something? Very busy days, but doing fine. How are you? Oh, I'm doing good. I did some gardening today. I'm gonna try and do the gardening on a regular basis now. I feel like I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I know what I want to do with a garden. And I just need to kind of stick to a kind of a relatively regular schedule with it. But I've done so much work in the garden in the past few weeks. Like my garden's gone from like complete mess. Well, not a complete mess. That's a lie. It wasn't a complete mess, but it was pretty bad. Like it was overgrown with weeds. There was just like stuff lying around. I've cleared out all the weeds. There's still a few things lying around that I need to get rid of, so it's not all done yet. But yeah, I'll fix up some stuff. Gotta put like the thing on the cover of the I don't know what it's called, but I put the cover over the shelf so I can use it as a greenhouse. I've moved some stuff around, so we got like a apple tree grown in the garden. I moved that a little bit so it could get more, or hopefully get more light. But yeah, I've done a lot of work in the garden in the last few weeks, man. It's looking kind of sick still, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm looking at it like, you know what? Man did that, man did that, man did that. That's the thing I was saying that the other day, like things like gardening or just kind of doing stuff like I don't necessarily enjoy it in that strict sense of the word, but the feeling you get when something is done or when you can see like a big progress from where it was to where it is now. I ain't gonna lie, man, it's a good feeling. The way I look at the garden now, it's like, man, did that. There's still some work to go. Definitely still a lot to do. Like I say, still need to kind of get rid of some stuff. But yeah, man did that. Man did that. Okay, I think I might miss some stuff. Let me catch up real quick. Uh, and you'll be good too after some sparkling water. I struggle with eating on the go, gets lodged when walking. That's the thing. Like you want to be stationary. Like, and I get it. Sometimes you're in a rush and things like that. So you just got to do what you got to do. But I don't know if I want to buy something with the specific intention of eating while moving. It's like I only do that if I have to, not because I want to. You know what I mean? If I have to, and even then, it's like, yeah, I'd rather not. Nobody's good after drinking. Sparkling water is not real water. It's fake fizzy. Sparkling water is basically fizzy drinks for poor people. Like let's call it what it is. It's fizzy drinks for poor people. For when you're too poor to buy an actual fizzy drink, you go buy sparkling water. And nonsense. Like it should. There's no good reason for that to exist. It's for poor. It's basically for poor people to pretend like they've got something. It's like no, it's disgusting. It don't even taste like water. It tastes like why, you know. It tastes like why would you do this to me? That's what it tastes like. Cereal first. That's the correct answer. That's the correct answer. You may have wrong taste when it comes to sparkling water, but at least you put the cereal first. That is the correct answer. It's fine. Thank you. Good. Awesome. Cereal first, but I don't always have milk. Crunchy, but I eat from the box. Okay. Like a pack of crisps. And got back to checking your Civilized Art channel a bit. Yeah, appreciate that, man. There's some new content coming. Uncivilized with an S, by the way, because spell it the correct way. Spell it the correct way. Spell it out with an S. I've come to realize. Oh, I guess that's not even a realization. I guess I've known this for a while, but Americans don't actually speak English. Like American, because there's a thing. Like I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was an American podcast, and they were saying that nobody speaks English worse than the British. That's what they said in the podcast, and they were kind of making a joke about it because, like, we've got like town names that aren't pronounced the way that they're spelled, right? But I'm thinking, like, here's the thing, like, here's the thing. Everybody, pretty much every country in the world speaks English better than the English speak English, except Americans. Like, let's be clear on that. Everybody in the world speaks English better than the English speak English, except Americans. Americans speak English so bad that they have to call it American English. Like, if you install software on your computer, right? It says, and you select your languages. It says English UK, English American. It literally has them as two separate options because Americans speak English so badly they just had to call it a separate language. So yeah, Americans don't speak English. That's this. It's they speak a language that is understandable to some degree to English speakers, but it's not actually English. So yeah, yeah, some trying. Oh, nice. You- a trying turns to doing, and doing turns to succeeding. Remember Cyril first. The first step to the goal. I'm not that great yet, but practice makes perfect indeed. But actually, you know what? I'm going to disagree with that. Practice makes perfect, and I tell you why. Because a friend of mine said this, and this is kind of how I look at it. Ever since she said this, she said practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes improvement. And the reason why I look at it more that way is because anything you do, you get better at, right? Anything. So if you decide to be lazy, you're just going to get lazier. You get better at being lazy. If you decide to be a useless individual, you're going to get better at being a useless individual. But if you decide to do something, you're going to get better at that thing that you're doing. And you may never get to say perfection, but you'd always get better at it, and you'll find better ways of doing it, more creative ways of doing it. And you'll start looking around about what you have and what you have available and how you can use those in ways to benefit you. But yes, it doesn't make perfect, but it does make improvement. So the more you do it, the better you get at it. And yeah, so yeah, practice makes improvement. And I feel that's important to remember that it doesn't matter about perfection or reaching a goal or reaching a specific, whatever. It's just doing something that you enjoy doing and getting better at doing it in each step. And every time you do something, you can look back at it and say, you know what, that was cool. But I see where I could have done something different, and I can change this and I can do that. And you just get better and better and better and better and better and better. And there's no kind of limit to how good you can get. Well, there's always a limit, but there's no necessary limit that you're looking to achieve. It's just getting to as good as you can get in whatever lifespan you have, right? Stuff like that. So you're 50 piss. It's pretty much what it is. I mean, to be fair, we all drink piss water. Like when it comes down to it, like any water you drink is actually recycled piss. That's actually what we all drink. We all do it. We all do it. We all drink recycled piss, human piss, animal piss, ancient piss, modern piss. It's recycled piss. Like anytime you drink water, don't matter whether it comes from a tap, whether it comes from a bottle, don't matter where you're getting it from. There is some element of recycle. There's at least some element of recycled piss in there. So yeah, we all drink recycled piss. We all do it, no matter where you get your water from, no matter which fancy company, how much you pay for it. Recycled piss, human piss, animal piss, but it's recycled piss. It might be the recycled piss of somebody who died 100 years ago, but it's recycled piss. It's this is what we all drink it. We all drink it. But why did you? That's what it tastes like, right? You ever pick up sparkling water by mistake? You go to the shop, you want to get a bottle of water, and you pick up the recycled the sparkling water by mistake, and then you start drinking it. You don't even realize it's like, ah, no, and it's you've already opened it, start drinking it, so you can't even take it back. Why? Rest in peace to Mr. Tito Jackson, indeed. And I'm forcing it down your ranks because that's the only way I'm drinking it. Spit it out. You know, ninjas in the UK say bottle of water, bro. Ass, shake my head. Huh? Yeah, because that's how it's pronounced. Bottle of water. You men pronounce it wrong. This is American speaking. What do you want for breakfast? You want fries with it? How are you doing today? You'll just end up liking it from your own curiosity. Something you should know about me, right? 'Cause I'm stubborn. The thing is, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I've had sparkling water, and it's not even about curiosity at this point. It's I know it's bad. Like it's it's bad. It's not like, oh, I wonder what this. No, I know it's bad. Like it's there's no curiosity about it. I know firsthand it is awful. And I know sometimes people's taste changes over time, but I'm talking in recent history. Like I've had sparkling water. I didn't like it before. I don't like it now. Like it's not even a it's that thing where it's like you drink it by mistake and it's like, oh, why? That's what happens when you're in a rush. You rushing through things, you don't check the bottles properly, you like pick it up and it's like, ah, yeah, that's true. And besides having fun is what should matter. Exactly. Exactly. Have enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. But oh, that's the wrong mouse. Ish. Yeah, that was it. That was it. That was it. So, Isaline, is there? I mean, if you'd rather not say it, it's fine. I don't want to feel like that you if I'm putting you on a spot if it's too personal. But is there a story behind your ink? Because you've got some pretty cool ink work done. So is there like a story behind them? If you'd rather not say, I'm sorry. I don't wanna. If I'm prying too much, it's fine. But if you don't mind saying. Who's the Miss Shannon Doherty? She made a list of people she didn't want at her funeral. She kept it but wasn't with the fakeness. Shannon Doherty, yeah, she passed away last month, I believe, wasn't it? Or recent months? Recently, yeah, a few weeks ago, some weeks back. Not even like flavored water. If I wanted flavored water, I'll have juice. I mean, right? You know what, though? I would say I don't mind flavored water sometimes. It depends on which flavor, though. Like strawberry flavored water, I can do, or maybe like an orangey flavored water. But generally speaking, I'd rather not bother because it does feel a bit like, what is the point of this? It's not like the taste isn't bad, right? It's not even that. It's fine. Like it tastes fine. And if it's between that and sparkling water, I'd definitely go with like if they've got no regular water left and it's just flavored water and sparkling water, I'll go with the flavored water, right? But yeah, it definitely does have a like. I don't see the point of this kind of vibe to it. Like it's not disgusting. I don't think. I don't nothing like that. But it's very much like Yeah, if you want a dish, just have like an orange juice or something, or an apple juice. So I'd rather just have regular water. Thank you. Just regular, schmegular, recycled piss water. Just give me that. Put it in the fridge, chill it. But I'd rather that. Charmed, I do love Charmed, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer is number one with me. Yeah, Buffy. Buffy the Vampire. Yeah, I mean Buffy was alright. Buffy was alright as a show. Wasn't too bad, but you know what the worst thing about Buffy was though? Like, was Buffy. Like Buffy was probably the worst thing about that show. Like she was probably the worst thing. I know she's the star of the show, but she was probably the worst thing in that show. Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer might have been better if they didn't have Buffy in it, is what I'm saying. Like if they it might have been a better show if they just didn't actually have Buffy in it. Like, she was the worst thing about that show. Like, bruh. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. I mean, it was all right. It was all right, but I definitely had these moments of like, I felt like the Buffy hero wasn't as good as she could have been because there was plenty of times where it just felt like they hampered the character. Like a lot of times it felt so Mary Sued. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times it felt so Mary Sued. Like Buffy is right about this, or while everybody's bickering and arguing, and Buffy wanted to do was the one person to say something else. Buffy was right in the end, and it's like really, like, and for somebody who's like supposed to be a vampire slayer at night and struggling with school during the day, but somehow is just right about everything. It's like, yeah, come on now, come on, this is not working. Buffy was great for those who watched it back then. Yeah. I don't watch it back then. Perhaps that's the thing. But by the time I watched it, it was already like 25 years old or something, like 20 plus years old by the time I watched it. So perhaps that's the thing. If I'd watched it back then, I'd probably feel differently about it, you know. Favorite chosen ones. But yeah, I mean for me it's like I enjoyed it overall, but there's definitely bits that were like and especially the martial arts in Buffy. Like the martial arts in Buffy was for the most part terrible. Even when they had like the more professional people come in, like they were okay, but by and large, martial arts in that show was not that good. And for like the first, especially the first like three maybe four seasons, Buffy had the absolute worst martial arts stance like ever. And this is supposed to be somebody who is like you know an elite fighter or something. And that stance was so bad. Like that you can't have a stance like that. Like you will be knocked over. You'll be knocked over. And fighting in heels is a massively different skill set to fighting in flats. You're not fight. I don't believe Buffy was like skills enough to fight in heels. Like you're not with that stance. Not with that stance. I've watched enough martial arts movies to know. I may not be no martial arts professional. I've just watched enough martial arts movies to know that's a horrible stance. You are not fighting in heels with that. That you're not. You're knocked over. It's not happening. You know, don't. I don't believe. And the way you're holding your fist right now, you're gonna break your knuckles. Like you're not hitting anybody with your fist like that. You're not. It's just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Be right back. All right, cool, cool, cool. But I feel like the martial arts did get better as it went on, and there's definitely some moments of some really cool stuff. Um, but by and large, yeah, it was just like, no, I don't believe you're fighting that well with that. No, you haven't shown enough skill to do that. Even Zin, like that was not impressive. Like that. I mean, yeah, okay, she's was it boxer a billion, and yeah, it was not that impressive. It really wasn't. Like the whole thing was like her fighting what's his face? What's it? The blonde vampire guy. I mean, she has some moves, right? But I mean, no, no. Spike, that's his name. Yeah, like she was clearly more skilled than he was. In fact, she probably was the most skilled martial artist on the whole thing, most likely. In fact, yes, probably was. But no, that fight scene was not it. It wasn't. That was not it. That was not it at all. That's the type of thing that I think casuals get excited about. But no, that was not it. She was obviously giving him the work, but now I don't care. I love her. But I love her. All right. All right. Brax is simping over what's her name? Zin? Braxton simping. Brax be simping. I'm trying to find pictures of Zin. Oh wait, here we go. Google images to the rescue. Simping over a chick from the 1900s China. Oh, you know what else about Buffy? Actually, remember that girl? Yeah, was it Kendra? It was Kendra, wasn't it? Yeah. Kendra. Bro, what the hell was it? What with her accent? What happened to her? Like what the hell was going on with her accent? Like the way she was speaking, especially when it's like you've got Spike doing a really good British accent. You've got Spike's girlfriend did a really good British accent. Uh and then you got Kendra Young come in doing what was that? Like what? Well, that was just all over the place. Like, who took a day off? The day, the day. Which accent coach? Which speaking coach took a day off the day they hired Kendra? Like, bro, what happened there? Yeah, Kendra Lawson is full name, real name too. Um, yeah, but even as a kid, her accent sounded Off to me. It was so off, man. It was like, is that supposed to be Irish? Jamaican? Like, what is that? Like, what's that supposed to? It was just so all over the place. Like, what is that supposed to be? And of course, by the time they do it and they bring it back, it's like they're just gonna have to run with it, right? It's too late to change it now, but nah, that was not it. That was not it. Like whoever responsible for that monstrosity, bruh. But the guy who plays Spike, he did a really good British accent, and he's actually an American actor. Um, I forget his real name. Let me try and find it. Yeah, there you go, James Masters. Yeah, he's actually an American actor, but he did a really good British accent in the show. Like so much so that I thought he was British. Like him and was it Juliet Landau? Is that her name? The girl who played a girlfriend, Drusilla. Yeah, I legit thought they were actually British. Um, but nah, they're both Americans. Actually, let me just double check. Actually, is yeah, James Masters is American. Let me just double check Drusilla real quick. Is she American? I think she is. Juliet Landau. Here we go. Yeah, American. They're both American actors. But yeah, they did a British accent really well. I was like, I was surprised when I found no, they're actually American. All right. Credit credits due. Credits due. They did that well. But Kendra, nah, they screwed up badly with that. That was so messed up. That was so messed up. Type in Zing Wrong the Vampire Slayer. Was that like a fan fiction thing? Something that you wrote, simping over that Braxton's fan fiction. Zing Wrong or Sing Wong, by the way. That's a read Braxton's fan fiction. Wrong, by the way, is RONG. There's no W in it. But then again, it's probably not pronounced Zing. I think it's pronounced more like Shing. The way X's are pronounced is more like Shing. Shing. Shing Wong. Sam is back. Yeah, I can remember on his name running to off, and she still looks young too, but the correct, right? I did a little Caribbean accent in her. Did you ever watch True Blood Brooks? Julie Landau is also one of the daughters of the guy who was Mr. Blakemore in Blacks. Blaps, okay. Right, it's wrong. Was typing fast. Right, it's wrong. So good. Don't matter. Don't matter. Ni hao. Ni hao. 我是我是热是冰茶，热是冰咖啡，热是豆腐，我是英国人，热是英国人。Nida, Nida, Nida. Does anybody speak Mandarin? Anybody speak Mandarin? 我是英国人。Nida. 热是冰茶，热是热是热咖，热是热咖啡，热是热咖啡，热是热茶。No, I never watched it. I know of it though. The True Blood was a vampire show than Buffy, and by 1900 Spike being a vampire for 19 or 20 years, and by 1907 when he went for around 97 years. Yeah, and he still sucked. Um, still sucked, literally. Yeah, I don't watch True Blood either, but let's see if that's available anywhere. Apparently, it's a better show than Buffy, but well, come on, not exactly setting a bar high. You know what I'm saying? So. True Blood, American drama series, 7 seasons. It is available on Now, which I don't have and I don't want to get because it's bloody expensive. Or I can watch it on Amazon Prime, but I got to pay for it. Flipping out. Oh, Anna Paquin is in it, actually. That's interesting. I like Anna Paquin. I think if I'm going to watch this, I'm going to have to get like Now TV and just binge watch all 7 seasons within a month and then cancel it. I wouldn't want to keep Now TV for very long. It's so expensive and just not, in my opinion, not worth it. I mean, I guess if you watch a lot of TV, maybe it's not so bad, but I don't. And certainly a lot of the shows they have in it, I know they're popular shows, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't care about. You know, maybe one or two stuff here, one or two shows here and there, but vast majority of stuff I don't care about. So it's like when you're being asked to pay something like, was it? I don't even know how much it is anymore. Like it's what it's expensive, like £11 a month, £10 a month. I don't even know. But let's see here. So they're gonna tell me you gotta sign in first. Oh, screw that. Seems what Charles said. He was old, obviously, but nowhere near as old as Angel Angelus. Angelus. Okay, there's a this might be interesting. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 1950s Super Panavision 70s. So I guess somebody's done an AI version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They've done like an let me see here. Let me see this real quick. Share this tab. So I guess it's an